Fix the lens, not the view. Listen, self-knowledge comes first, always. If you don't have a solid grip on your own wiring, you will miss every single red flag staring you in the face. You end up choosing wrong because you're operating with blinders on. The signs weren't even hidden. They were right there in broad daylight. But you couldn't register them because your own internal filter was warped. Society normalizes that kind of dysfunction. It hands you a script, calls bad habits normal, and tells you to ignore basic discernment. So you buy in, and you pay for it later. Culture conditions people to accept shallow compromises and call it baseline reality. You mistake tolerance for patience. You mistake bad patterns for normal friction. When you don't know your own boundaries, anyone can walk in and set the terms. That isn't a mystery. It's cause and effect. You only spot a counterfeit when you know what real currency looks like. This ties right into how Islamic philosophy frames human perception. The classical understanding is straightforward. Physical sight is just hardware. The physical eye doesn't actually comprehend anything on its own. We don't see with our eyes, we see through them. The core of perception is the qalb, the spiritual heart, and the aql, the intellect. The Quran speaks directly to this. It is not the eyes that go blind, but the hearts within the chests. If the mind is clouded by cultural conditioning or ego, your physical eyes can have 20/20 vision, and you'll still walk straight into a wall. The data comes in, but the mind misreads every signal. A distorted internal state creates a distorted external view. You project your own unresolved issues onto other people, thinking you see them clearly, when you're really just looking at a mirror of your own blind spots. True discernment, what classical texts call basira or inner insight, only kicks in when you strip away the social programming. You have to audit what you believe before you can accurately judge anyone else. When the internal foundation is solid, clarity follows naturally. You stop rationalizing things that are plainly out of order. You see patterns for what they actually are, not what you hope they might be. Self-awareness isn't a luxury. It's the only filter that keeps you from making choices based on cultural noise instead of objective reality. Fix the lens on the inside first. The outside stops being so confusing the second you do. Knowledge is king.